Hello everybody, welcome back to Direwolf 20. My name is Exonerated, and today we've made a lot of progress. Want to go over some stuff. First off, I had to block this stairway for some reason. I've got some spawning going on somewhere. I've checked all the spawnable spaces. The only thing I can think of is that maybe they're pathing from the outside there. Not sure. So as a result, where did that block go? Huh. Alrighty. Well, that block disappeared on me. Not sure where it went to. Oh, wait. It went into my digger's backpack. That was something I made off camera before today. Wanted to make sure I had plenty of storage space when I'm going down and caving. And so we set one of those up. And if you look, a digger's backpack's real easy to make. It's just 2 smooth stone, a chest, some string, and then 2 colored pieces of wool. And the cool thing about this is it just automatically picks the dirt up based off of what's going on. So if you look at it, it's got a little arrow on it. If you hold shift and right click, it'll automatically empty itself. So if you're building something, those blocks will come right out of it. This is normal, and what this does is this requires you to put stuff in it in order for it to take it. This here is locking, so nothing will go into it. And then this is automatically like vacuuming up. So if I go and say, for instance, well, I don't want to mess with this. Well, we'll do it down here just randomly. So like this block, I picked it up. It automatically goes into the bag right there. So really cool item, and it's so super easy to make and cheap. This was the grindstone that I mentioned last time. This is a quartz grindstone, and we'll bring up the recipe for you real quick. I mentioned that it, whoops, I need to change my mods here. Here we go. Alright. Grindstone. I mentioned before that it doubles ore. It does not double ore, but it gives you a pretty good shot at doubling some ores. So, you know, you get put in 6, you might get out between 10 or 11, that sort of thing. It's real easy. You open up the interface here, you put whatever you want to grind right here, and you just right click on this lever. The grind will start going, and it takes a while, but it's free, and it's cheap, and it's an easy way to double up some of your ores. And you can see we've been doing some farming. I've got some more materials here. I've ground up a lot of iron. I've actually made enough stuff to build up a full set of iron. And among other things, I got some supplies right here. And it's definitely raining. Yep. Alright, let's get that all the way down for now. The Tinker's Construct stuff, we went and, I say we, it's been myself and Tyrant. We brought all of that stuff over from that village. I farmed up some clay that was around here in the water right there. There was some more over there. And basically, we only had to make a couple of blocks. The seared bricks... Oh, sounds like a plant blew up again. The seared bricks here were already in the construct over on the other side. But we needed these specialty bricks to make it work. So what we've added was a seared tank, and this will hold lava, which we use for fuel. We got a controller, and what this does is this lets us see the lava level. It lets us see the level of any metals that are in it. And it also allows us to put things in to smelt. So for instance, if I wanted to smelt all of this copper dust, I could do so. And it automatically smelts, and when it does, you'll see it turn over into liquid copper over here. This is great because if we go through, let's see here, we'll grab an ore just to show. This is a great way to actually double your ore. So we've got this 1 copper ore, and we'll wait for all this dust to finish here. Alright, so all the dust is done. We got a total of 31 ingots. Now if we were to mess around with this copper ore by itself, we would only get 1 ingot, and this would say 32. But if we put it in this Tinker's Construct smeltery, we'll actually get 2 for 1 on our copper ore. So what you'll see here in a moment, and it'll take some time, the copper ore will smelt and we'll have 33 ingots instead of 32, or 31 rather. So it's a really neat way to double up your ore production, and we got really lucky by stumbling on this early. Alright, so it's smelted, and you'll see we went from 31 to 33. One of the other things I also did is I went ahead and grabbed the Tinker's Construct equipment from over there. So we've got the pattern chest, the stencil table, the part builder, of course another crafting station and a tool station. And I grabbed some of the parts that were in those chests and I put them up here. There are some more over there in the other Tinker's Construct building, and I'll go back and get those. Then I picked up the writing desk and a lectern from Mistcraft. They were in a separate building. And I grabbed a pattern from Mistcraft. This is something I've never had a chance to play with, but I really can't wait to try. I've played with Tinker's Construct quite a bit, but I've never had the chance to mess around with Mistcraft, so I can't wait. We've got ourselves some Bibliocraft bookshelves, and we're farming spruce because it just happens to be the wood that we have. So we've built them out of spruce, and this is a nice place to store your tools. For instance, if you need another stone hoe, we're growing some carrots. We just got a carrot from a zombie. You can put your stone hoe up. Then you've got your carpenter's hammer. Now this here is a carpenter's door, and let me show you this. This is made out of carpenter's wood. Let's see here. I had some. Oh, there it is. I just saw it. This is made out of carpenter's blocks. Now, if you search up, here we go, carpenter's blocks, they're real easy to make. It's just a plank, rather, surrounded by sticks. But then you can do lots of other cool things. For instance, you can take a hammer, which I have in my inventory, and turn it into wedges, interior slopes, prisms, ramps, and stairs. And it's real nice. You can see we can turn it to a half slab. We could turn it to a half slab that way. And we just keep hitting it and turning it every which way. But it's nice because you can play with the block. I'm just going to have fun playing with this. You can play with the block any which way, and then when you get done, you can cover it in whatever material you want. So you can actually build like sloped roofs and everything else. Well, one of the things the carpenter's stuff allows you to do is if you take these carpenter blocks and you go up to a crafting table and you put them up. Let's see here. I don't have enough to do it, so I'm just going to emulate. If you put them in the shape of a door like that, you'll get a carpenter's door. And the carpenter's door is cool because what you can do now is you can add any block. And it supports chisel, it supports vanilla blocks. But you can add them and actually blend in the door. Then if you take the hammer and right click, you can actually do some pretty cool effects to the door. So that, you can kind of make it your own. So it can still blend in. Then of course I've got a chisel here. Which we can use to put blocks in and carve blocks. And those don't work, of course, but there we go. We can put in... Alright. Where are these blocks getting to? Oh, I'm doing it again. They're in my backpack. So we can go through and put and see all kinds of different patterns with the chisel. And it gives you lots of design options. There we go. And then, of course, lastly, I've got a bookshelf here where we put some of our books. I found a factorization manual. And that's all stuff that we've got coming up. We put some barrels up for some bigger stock items. Stone, sandstone. And we're using these berries kind of as a food wall. We used bone meal on them to grow them, and a watering can. I've got a watering can as well. There's Tyrant. We used bone meal to kind of grow the wall, so it gives us the ability to see through. There's another random explosion. It gives us the ability to see through, but at the same time it grows food for us, which is nice. And then over here, Tyrant's been very busy. If we go in here, this is another door that he's made up. He has got a turtle going to work down here, and he's using it to collect materials. I tend to automate pretty heavily, pretty quickly. And in order to help me kind of keep up, this is one of the... Whoops, a little lag there. This is one of the things we usually take care of, like, right away. So, I want to get a bat while I'm down here. I haven't killed a bat yet, and I want to be able to morph into one. There it is. Totally worth the damage just to be able to do this. We're going to go down to a bat and fly. There we go. So we'll be able to fly around and kind of check things out, see what's going on. We can even get an above ground view here of the base as a bat, and we can just zoom in and zoom out. And so far this is pretty much the limits of what we've done. We've farmed a little bit, like I said, oops, some lag, a little bit of the spruce here, and I've managed to gather some bamboo. This is going to be our start base, but we're not quite sure where we want to go after this. We were talking about doing something over here. There's another explosion. Green water aside, this is a really nice, like, terrain to work in. This is tropical rainforest, and I did not see that there's actually another village over here. So, but this could be fun. Let's see, what's this? Oh, that's a beehive. Maybe let's go over and check out this village and see what they got. Whoops, we're getting a little bit of lag. Well, that's not much of a building. It's missing a wall. But the ladder is still there. We're going to take those knowledge fragments and the glass. And there's nothing else there. He's going up and down the ladder. Of course, this water is poisoned. Leave me alone, skeleton. You don't know me like that. Let's see here. These are small huts, nothing in them. Ooh, let's check out this one. Nothing in this one. Alright, well there is a house with some apiaries. That's nice. Oh, there's a no, that's not a blacksmith. Alright, let's see here. Let's go check this out. This should be another... Yep. Whoop, a little bit of lag. We're going to go ahead and take some of these pieces. Don't want the wooden ones, but we'll take some of these other supplies. We'll leave him to fend for himself. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Ah, there's some more smeltery bricks here. So if we wanted to make this taller, we definitely could. That's a lot of smeltery bricks. That went a long way. Especially since we don't use the corners, but when they do these little build-outs, they do. That's just extra blocks that we can gather together. This is the railcraft station, and there's some supplies in here. And I'm going to have to play with Railcraft. I've not used Railcraft yet. Let's see, we got some carrots. I already have some carrots. What about... Oh, this is a blacksmith shop. Yes, it is. Let's go check this out. And, ooh, I'll take that dark steel. I'll take that dark steel over those carpentry blocks. I will take, let's see, gotta ditch something. Ditch the bottles. And the vibrant alloy. I don't need a slimy chisel head. Let's collect that. That's awesome. That's a nice find. Alright. And I think that's pretty much everything in this village. I don't see any potatoes. Potatoes, whoops, a little bit of lag. Potatoes would be an awesome find. What do we have here? Potatoes. Definitely. Let's get rid of some gunpowder and harvest up some potatoes. Alright. Let's grab some more. I want to be able to have enough to plant as well as... Whoops. I want to be able to have enough to plant as well as eat some when we get ready. Might as well grab some cocoa beans while we're here. We don't need any spider eyes. There's some cocoa beans. Alright, that's another win. Wow, this has been a pretty good trip so far. Nothing in there. This house, I don't think we went into. Let's check it out. Nothing there, nothing to see. We'll close the door. Alright, so this is definitely... This is definitely a forestry for the bees. And there's some propolis. And you know, I think I'm going to drop off some of these slimy things and pick up these combs. I don't need ink sacks, so I'm going to grab those combs. Oh, alright, nothing can get out. Alright, whoops. Let's check these apiaries. We got a wintry queen, rather. Let's do this. Come on now, hurry up. There we go. Alright. We'll take the wintry queen and the marshy queen. Actually, I think we're going to leave those there for now. When we start to work on bees, we'll come back and get them. Is this a bush? This is a blackberry bush. I'll take this. We've only got the one bush right now. Alright. Wow. So, pretty cool find. This was the jungle we were looking at, but we hadn't really gotten past it. Whoops. A little bit more lag. We hadn't gotten past it yet to kind of see what was going on, so... Ooh, I found something else. Let's go check it out. I know a lot of folks think okay, this is definitely a witchery setup. And let's see here, non-hostile, Coven Witch. But I'm pretty sure we get near that, and it's a bad time. I've never messed with these, so I don't know what all's involved with it. I can't wait to check it out. Is that a... He's got a squid hat. I want that. And apparently I didn't have a pig yet as a shape-shifting thing. Whoa. The lag is real. The lag is real. Alright, so let me get some stuff organized, and we'll figure out what we're going to do for today. I'd like to work on expanding the mining setup. We've got the one turtle going in there, but we definitely could always use another one. And then that way, and up I go. Alright. We can definitely use a second turtle as well as the materials from it to start looking at a quarry But first things first, we need to get power. And we need to start looking at RF. And I think we're going to do generators to start. And we've got a couple of options, but I think the one that seems to kind of be the consensus to start with is a survivalist generator. Let's see, this furnace generator. Alright, well, let me think about some of this, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, we're back, and another explosion. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to block up this doorway because I don't trust it. Bam. Alright. We're going to shut that one. And so what I've decided to do is, first thing first, I want to make a leadstone energy cell. First we need a cell frame, and that's going to be this right here. So, here, we're going to do this. And this, and that's our energy cell frame. And then, of course, we need to get a coil together. So we've got that, and then we're going to, get our leadstone energy cell. Now the generator I decided to make, this furnace generator because it produces at a higher speed than the survivalist one. The survivalist one is cheaper, of course. But the furnace generator, I've got these materials, and I really want to be able to output as much power as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is we're making an iron block here. Whoops. And let's get our 8 blocks out. Here we go. We got our furnace. We got our 2 redstone dust. And then we've got our block there. And you can see what I've already done. We're going to set this up. We're going to set this up. Well, we're just going to set it. Actually, it might be without the lag. Kind of cramped in here too. So what we're going to do, I guess, is we're going to go ahead and set this up outside. Now the most this can take in is 80 RF per tick. And if you hold shift and click this middle square, it turns off all 6 sides of the box. What we want to do is set let's make the top one be taken, and that's what the blue color means. So that means whatever's on top of this, it'll pull power from. So we're going to go ahead and put our furnace generator right there. And I've gone and picked up a couple. Oh wow, it won't work with lava buckets. Alright, well that serves me right for not making a lava generator. And I had the parts, I could have done that as well. Well, that's okay. It is what it is. We built it. I'm sure we'll use it. Let's go ahead and grab some coal here and get this generating so we can start working on a power source. So you can see this is starting to slowly fill up. It'll hold 400,000 RF. And the generator is doing its thing. Now it won't come close to filling it up, but it'll get it started. Maybe I should look into making a lava generator as well. I'm sure I have the parts. Let's see, that's 9 of those, 2 redstone. I know I have that stone, and I need 5 gold blocks. Do I have that? I do. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's make another generator. Let's make it a lava one. Let's see. We'll do that. Alright. There's our furnace. There's our 2 redstone. There's that iron block. And here's our gold one. And just confirm, there we go. That's our lava generator. We're going to set this down right next to it. We're going to make this left side of this box right here take in power again. And we've got... Can I do it like this? I can. Excellent. So there we go. That's 2 buckets of lava. And that's putting in some RF. Now this thing is starting to shoot up pretty good. So between the 2 of them, this should last, let's see, we're almost down to 1.5 buckets. That should do a pretty good job between the charcoal and the lava of generating some power. And then next I'd like to work on some sort of quarry. Now I don't have sustainable power up yet, so let's look at sustainable power before we get to, whoops, as soon as I learn to spell. Mine Factory Reloaded, and I really like the tree farm. We need 2 blocks. We're gonna need we're gonna have to work on some plastic. That's rubber. We can get that to make that. And let's see here, we're gonna need, it's just a harvester, I think, right? Yeah, I don't see anything special. This is 1.7, so I haven't checked everything yet. Nope, it's got to be a harvester. Alright, so we need a golden axe. Whoops, for our harvester. 2 machine frames, 2 shears, and some plastic sheets, which we can get from forming some raw plastic. So I'm going to have to do some rubber tree farming in between this episode and the next. And next time, we'll work on setting up a more sustainable power system, and he's eating up all my fruit. We'll work on a more sustainable power system, and we'll actually set up the tree farm so that we no longer have to manually farm wood again like he's doing there in the background. So until next time, this is Exonerated with Tyrant, and we're signing off. Catch you later.